All right, now here we go. This is our first section out of the book, 1.1. It starts on page 2, and we're going to do a couple problems together, guided practice problems. The first one we're going to do is number 3, and I'm also going to show you how to write explanations so you guys get the format down for what I expect out of you on your homework. So the first type of problem you're going to experience out of your homework in 1.1 is when you see an expression, which an expression is any two numbers or variables or a mixture of the both with an operation, but not an equal sign. So if you right here, this is an expression, y plus 4. We're also told that y is equal to 2. So we can simplify expressions. We don't solve expressions. We can simplify expressions when told what the value of the variable is by substituting the value in. So we're going to do 2. I'm going to put parentheses around any number that I substitute in for a variable when I first do it. It's a good habit to get into. So I have 2 plus 4. The parentheses wasn't necessary in this situation, but like I said, it's a good habit to get into. So we simplify that answer to get the answer of 6. Now, you're not finished because you don't need an explanation. This one will be a very quick explanation, but on your homework, what you do is once you find the solution, you're going to write the word explanation below your answer, and then you're going to write, when simplifying, expression with a variable and given the variable's value, substitute the value in for the variable and then solve. Now I just modeled one way that you can write this. You can use an explanation as it. You can use first person as well. Like I simplified the expression by substituting 2 in for y and then solve it. That's another way that you can write your explanation. All right, let's move on to guided practice number 8, found on page 3. In this problem, you're asked to state this expression in words and as a product. The function that's going on here is a power. Just some quick explanation of this. This whole thing is the power. This is the base, and this is the exponent. When we state a power in words, we state the base, and then we state to the exponent. So, stating that, I'm going to use a different color pen for you. It's going to be n to the 4. Then, if we write it as a product means to multiply, so we're going to write it as a multiplication problem. We're going to do n times n times n times n as a product. We still need to write explanations out for this. All I'm going to do is I'm going to put, I wrote the power in words using the base to the exponent. That's all you have to do with that. And notice I use the first person method this time. I think the first person method is the easiest method, but you can use any method you prefer as long as you use a quality explanation. All right, and then we still have another part to this, and that is the product, right? And so the next part I put is then I wrote the power as a product by writing the equivalent multiplication expression. There you go. That's all you have to do for guided practice number 8 on page 3. We have one more guided practice here, and that's guided practice number 10 on page 4. In this situation, we're given another expression, k to the second power. And instead of having a bunch like what we had on page 2, where it says y equals 2 for all of them, in these problems, it's just going to be each problem is going to give you a different value, and you're typically going to be using exponents. The same rule applies as to what we were doing in guided practice number 3 earlier, and that is you're just going to substitute the 2.5 in. So we're going to put the 2.5 in for the k. I'm going to put parentheses around it. The situation, once again, the parentheses aren't necessary, but it's a good habit to get into. And 2.5 squared ends up being 6.25. I like to circle my final answer most of the time, especially if it's just a number response. And then I also have to write out an explanation. I'm going to use first person again, because that's the method I prefer most. I simplified the expression by substituting 2.5 in for k, and then solving. And once again, we don't really solve expressions, simplify them, but in this situation, it just seems best to use the term solve. Okay, so that's it. You guys are going to have a reflection question to do before you can start on your homework. Good luck this evening.